Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
That's weird.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish.
And the person I hate, I'm going to go and...
During the Cold War, the world needed
I hate him.
men
That's why I'm
like
gonna fulfill
us.
his dream.
We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
You're wrong.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles.
Les enfants terribles.
Yeah.
The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They
That is
fertilized
such a
an egg
weird
with one
way of
Father's cells, and then let it
calling
divide
that.
into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed. To create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born.
Yet you're still pretty powerful.
But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The genome soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able
real-life
to
people.
identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation special forces. That's how they became the genome soldiers. That's right. The genome soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers.
Not really.
With the same genes as ours.
Not really.
genome soldiers.
I don't really consider
That's
that to be
right.
true.
They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments!
Human experiments. Cut.
1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just a cover-up of the secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes, they too are our brothers and sisters.
Oh, that's creepy.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We are on the verge of extinction.
What?
This just keeps going twisty and turnier.
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry. So do I. As do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then
I think Kojima went off the deep end with the gene stuff.
In order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you. Look behind you!
Meryl! Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Probably because of all the times I died.
Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a PDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
It just keeps on rolling. Just keeps rolling.
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But, Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Goddamn government.
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Houseman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart. You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the Genome Army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s.
You're just a bastard.
Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. Well, the bombs will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do. Farewell.
Bastard.
There's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike.
Time for a fistfight on top of a broken Metal Gear. It'll probably be a better boss fight than Metal Gear itself.
Everything from me.
No, she didn't.
Only your death can satisfy me. Only your death can return to me what is rightly mine. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise moment of her death.
Well, you have everything planned, don't you?
If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. If you cross this line, you fall. At this height, it will kill even you.
So we're gonna have only a 2.5 minute boss fight?
How about you, Snake?
Oh, come on. Get back up. Get back up.
What's wrong, Snake?
And I don't have anything.
Nice shot! What's wrong, Snake? What's wrong, Snake?
Get up. Get up. Get up. Why does he have a...
It's going to blow!
Why does he have a high-speed kick, but I don't?
Better hurry! It's going to blow! What's wrong, Snake?
Might as well kill me now, because I'm not gonna have that much time, and I just don't like that he has such a... Why does he have such
Going to blow!
a variety of moves, but I don't? If this wasn't after the bullshit a Metal Gear fight, that would be one thing.
Have at you, Snake!
Oh, yeah, you actually have more time if you don't... If you die. If you die, you have more time. That's not how it's supposed to work. Dying is running out of time. Precision is so annoying.
What's wrong, Snake? Nice shot!
He can knock me off, but I can't knock him off. Oh, come on!
What's wrong, Snake?
Sorry, you punched through him. Ow. Why does he have a charge?
You're out of time!
Oh, I can knock him off. Why does he have a charge? He's like, new things to annoy you. Again, if this wasn't after the Metal Gear fight, it wouldn't be nearly as annoying. But it's just the Metal Gear fight was so stupid. It's either impossible or stupidly easy. How would you like your Metal Gear fight today? Would you like it stupidly easy or nearly impossible? Also, he does so much damage to you compared to the other way around. Before I was able to hit him after that, but get up, get up.
Nice shot!
That's weird. Get out of here. Ow.
Better hurry! It's going to blow! You're out of time!
No, I'm not. Get up. He's so slow. You're too slow, Snake. What? Yeah, freaking hit him. It's so annoying. There's just like, you can't hit him. Why does he have a charge? He doesn't need the charge. Yeah, but by the time he readies his charge, you're already walking towards him, so... Run away. Oh, I knocked him down. Why? Again, if it weren't for the Metal Gear fight. As well as the fact that it's just like, him getting back up hurts you. How? Why can you fall off? That is annoying. And one punch. I also don't, again, it's just like, this is for all the bosses, but the invincibility frames on him are annoying. It's just like, oh, you missed one punch, so the combo doesn't work. Unless you somehow get it in the right thing and he can duck under the kick, but sometimes doesn't. It's weird. Like there. Sometimes that misses, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes that happens. It's so annoying. Consistency, please. Either the kick hits or it doesn't. Either... And the controls. It's like... Oh yes, we're gonna have him do... He's so fucking annoying. It's like, if you have better aiming for your fists, however that makes sense. His kick can hit you, but yours can't hit him. The telepathic kick. I didn't know that telepathic kicks were a recessive gene in the Metal Gear Solid family. Why? It's so annoying. It's just like, again, it's just like they go a little overboard, just enough. And again, if this didn't come after Metal Gear...
Have at you, Snake.
And sometimes he dodges, sometimes he doesn't. But by the time you get over there and start punching him, it is too late. Why does he take longer for him to climb up that side? Like, the side that I just fell off of, it takes a shorter amount of time. Oh, that's weird. And it's just like, you punch out of sync, you can hit him.
Strong, Snake. Nice shot.
He goes way too fast for a punch out. Way too fast for a freaking punch out. And why does it take longer if you fall off that way? Now are you getting ready to charge? I'm preparing for the charges. I hate there's like, oh, you only punched him once, which can happen for some reason. Why? It shouldn't be. Stop it! Why is that a thing?
You're out of time.
You should literally never be able to hit him only once in a combo. Like there, it's just like, how does the kick miss sometimes? Like there, it was my fault, but there's so much there's just like, this could have been better. The charge! The charge! You can't dodge the charge! Again, after Metal Gear.
Have at you, Snake.
Sometimes he hits, sometimes he doesn't. That's just the way the game goes. And then sometimes the punching just... You never know when he's going to do that. It's annoying. It's so annoying. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But screw you, player, either way. And you can't run away because the controls are shit. Fuck off. Again, after Metal Gear. Screw you. Why is it that if you only punch him once, he's like, ah. the immunity frames make this a little annoying. Wait for him to get back up because immunity frames! I hate that he's doing that now. Please don't. Stop it. Oi, I can't get up faster, so that's annoying. Why does he have a charge? Again, after Metal Gear. If this wasn't happening after Metal Gear, I'd probably be more lenient. But because this is happening after Metal Gear, I honestly don't care. Because now it's just like, oh, look at this flaw. Why didn't they fix this flaw? This flaw, this flaw, this flaw. This flaw, this flaw, this flaw. Oh, and because he's standing there, you can't get up. Yeah, sure. You want to move away? Sorry, but he's standing there. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. This is so annoying.
Better hurry. It's going to blow. Nice shot.
It's so annoying. Why does only one punch hit him? Why does he have a charge?
What's wrong, Snake?
Again, this is mostly just residual anger from the Metal Gear fight. But it's just like, when you have such poor decisions here, after that, it's just like, come on. They just bleed over. Why? There's not enough of a tell for that freaking charge. He does it randomly, and he does it so fast you can't dodge it. It's annoying. Stop it.
How about you, Snake?
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, sometimes you can hit him, sometimes you can't. Meh. Sometimes when you only hit him once, he'll respond with a flurry of blows. Sometimes he won't. Sometimes you can kick him after this first punch misses. Sometimes you can. Yeah, like that. Sometimes he'll do that. Sometimes he won't. It's so annoying. They're inconsistencies. And I never know if he's going to be doing a charge or not. It's so annoying. Like, when he backs off, I'm like, is he gonna charge at me? And then he kicks faster than you. Because, of course, he needs a easier way of dealing damage to you. He's the boss, you know? He just has more health than you. Isn't gonna be making as many mistakes, you know? He's the one that should have... That's annoying. Why can you fall off? Wait for him to get back up. Why does he have a charge? It's just so annoying because after the fucking Metal Gear fight.
How about you, Snake?
Fuck off. These controls are so shit. Why? It's a combo! It's like press one button that can sometimes miss. I just don't like it when it's effectively you press one button for a combo. It's like it doesn't always does the combo. For effectively no reason.
What's wrong, Snake?
And again, you can't aim your punches that well, but he's never going to freaking miss unless you dodge. But then he can do stuff like that. That's annoying. Ooh, a single freaking button push, even though it's at the same position as everything else. It misses. Why? How? It's a sequence. How can one miss? And he can push you somehow. Honestly surprised you didn't do the charge. Now you're at the point where you can fall off. Yay. I hate you. But like, not in the good way. Why does he have immunity frames? Sometimes you're just like, why does he have immunity frames? Why can't my immunity frames be as long as his? But again, after Metal Gear. Keep that in mind. That's where all this frustration is coming from. Because they couldn't be bothered to make a coherent boss fight with the frickin' titular robot. It just kind of makes me go like, why? Why? This is all so annoying. This hand-to-hand combat wasn't made for this, but they decided we have a combat system, technically. Yeah, you were nowhere near falling off, but okay.
What's wrong, Snake?
He can kick super fast to be able to hit you when you're out of combat range. It's so annoying, like, that's so annoying. It shouldn't do that. It just shouldn't be able to do that. Only one punch hit, so that he can get 2 punches on you. It's just like, why? How? How can that happen? It is so annoying. This is what I mean when it's like, this wasn't made for this. This just wasn't made for this, but they decided, we're gonna make it happen anyway. Yay! How can we make this fight as obnoxious as possible? Oh, you can fall off. Sometimes your punches can miss even when they should be able to hit. He has invincibility frames. He has charges. He has like 10 times the things you can do. Like again, if this just didn't fucking come after Metal Gear. Because the Metal Gear fight was stupid as all fuck.
Have at you, Snake.
Why does he just run around randomly? He sometimes has a plan to dodge you, sometimes he doesn't. And then sometimes that happens. How do I get that to happen all the time?
What's wrong, Snake? Nice shot!
Why can't he just do a kick? Why can't I have some of this? Why can't I have the invincibility frames in the kick? But no, it's just like, it's a boss fight. Yeah, but it's one that came after a shit boss fight. He also has charges later down the line. So it's just like, this is a little bit unfair. Like, oh, what's that? I'm outside of your attack range, and thereby you should be out of mine. Well, sorry to say, but I have a super ability kick. Why does the charge do more damage? And if only you could control your punches better, but you can't. You can't, because this was made on the freaking PlayStation 1. It's just like, yeah, it's just like, Kojima wanted to do something outside of normal conventions and do something that is, like, ahead of its time. But there's a reason that some things are ahead of its times, because the current times aren't equipped to handle it. As shown with these controls. Come on, I punched him! It's just like, there's no way of knowing if your punches are going to land or not, even when he's not dodging. Oh, what's that? You were keeping tempo like all the other times, but oh, blah, blah. And you can just do the kick. That's the worst part. It's so annoying. Just out of range kick. When Snake is out of range. If you don't end it in a kick, he gets angry. How dare you not kick me? I'm going to punch you. Why can you just fall off when it's a run-around boss fight? Yay, extra damage, and I have lots of health, so... Okay, back off, so he can pull himself back up. Okay, that was glitchy. Yay, maybe I'll actually kill him this time. Fucking controls. Fucking controls! If I die because of this... Thank fucking God. Like, again, I wouldn't have minded it that bad. It would still be an annoying, clunky boss fight, but it would still be enjoyable if it didn't come after Metal Gear.
Meryl.
Metal Gear was such an annoying boss fight, and it haunts me.
Snake, is that you? Snake, oh, you're alive. Thank God.
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, it must have been terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Hey, just like me.
Torture?
And things even worse than that. I was fighting too. Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go
Even though you wanted to kill yourself when we last saw each other.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize
If you
something.
timed it, they would have exploded by now.
During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was sure of. A single hope that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl. That's my Kodak.
How can she hear it? It's in his inner ear. What?
Snake, it's me.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
But now we're all gonna die because the government
Got
is
some bad
badass.
news too.
Or ass
We're about to be
bats.
bombed.
Oh boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No. It's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But
Unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
But we all know he's gonna live because of future
Otacon,
games.
This is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know. Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Yeah.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Now let's get out of
Okay,
here.
I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks? Well, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
It's weird that I believe their romance more than Meryl and Snake's.
What about him? Where's Otacon?
Otacon.
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah. And I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
Now let's fucking get out of here.
Meryl.
Cause goddamn, those two boss battles put together were quite annoying. If only because of the first one. And again, I find it hilarious. I believe Otacon and Snakes romance more than Snakes and Meryl's.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Don't break the fourth wall. You were shot in the leg so you can walk.
Let's get out of here.
Amazing.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up.
I would also consider just like, you don't need them.
Hurry!
What the hell did you get that?
Looking good, Snake.
We're all gonna die and you're hardy har har. If you flirted for 1 second more, I'd be dead. Congratulations. But now we're gonna run, run, run.
Hurry! I'll drive. And a surveillance
I have
camera.
had chaff grenades, you know.
Damn, no keys. All right, keys.
What the hell?
Got it, Snake. Jump in.
Oh, fuck. Wrong one. Get up. Get up, Snake.
Fire that shit with your weapon.
What am I supposed? That's what I'm doing. But the controls are wonky. As all hell. And we're all gonna die because shit controls. Shit controls. We want action scenes, but we don't want to do them right. Again, after Metal Gear. If this didn't happen after Metal Gear, I wouldn't be as annoyed. But it's just like, if you're not going to put enough care into the fucking... Why is that a thing? Why is the... It's just like, we're going to let you take control of him before all that.
I'll drive. Damn, a surveillance camera.
Okay, yeah, but basically run. Just run.
Damn, no keys. All right, keys. I got it, Snake. Jump in.
And now we're surrounded.
Fire that. Snake, hold on.
What the hell? Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. I didn't know. I was just firing and they stopped firing every time I got hit. Like if it just had smoother controls.
Uh-oh, Snake. Checkpoint. Here they come. We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, Snake, let's go.
You shut your whore mouth. You're an action set piece in a stealth game. On the PlayStation 1.
We're not out of the woods yet. Here they come. We'll never make it.
You shut your mouth.
Snake, clear a path.
I can't shoot. I can't aim at them. I can't aim at them because they jerk me around every time I get shot. This is so annoying. Action set pieces and what am I supposed to do? There's no, it's like smooth aiming. Shoot him. Shoot him. Jesus.
You did it, Snake.
Can we leave now? No, they're coming from behind. If they...
Not yet,
God damn it.
It's not over yet.
Liquid!
Liquid. What am I supposed to do? He has freaking auto-aim. He has freaking auto-aim. I'm spraying and praying here. I can't hit him because I can't see where I'm aiming. Because this is the PlayStation freaking 1. And he still shoots me. He can shoot me so easily. He's so... No, you give me more rations for this. I need more rations for this. Or I could just keep aiming and the place is gonna keep going. At least this part is exploitable. I'm going to die. What am I supposed to do? Again, after Metal Gear. After Metal Gear. This is where the game went shit. Stick to stealth. Fuck off everything else. There better be a fucking checkpoint. Yay! Fuck off, game. We're not gonna give you any weapons. We're gonna have an action set piece, and it's going to suck.
I'll drop.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Damn, a surveillance camera. Damn, no keys.
Why can they melee you? Fuck off. Oh, I found another ration.
Jump in.
Nice. It's hidden, out of sight.
Fire that machine gun with your weapon. Snake, hold on.
Would be real nice if the camera would actually show me things that I would really, really like to have in the super duper long action set piece after Metal Gear. Like, literally, if they just got rid of the Metal Gear fight, it wouldn't be that bad. Why does it interrupt my firing?
We'll never make it.
Why does it interrupt my fire? It just shouldn't. If they got rid of that, it would make it so much easier. But I was like, now you don't know where you're aiming because what the fuck are reticles? I mean, you could do this, but you have to hold down triangle to do it.
We're not out of the woods yet. Here they come.
And plus it does that.
We'll never make it.
I fucking hate this. It just shouldn't. It just shouldn't. So many things this game just shouldn't. Like, you have to hold it so weird if you want to utilize the first-person view. This is so crap on so many levels. How did you get it to work anyway?
Liquid!
You just keep trained on him, spraying and praying. But then he veers so freaking far. Yeah, the first-person view definitely helps, but you can only utilize it by holding the controller so wonky. Like, yeah, that's super fair. Quit messing with my aim! That is annoying. That is so annoying. Stop it. It's so annoying that the way is just like, we're gonna make it as annoying as possible. You're not Liquid Snake, you're annoying Snake. So much of pure you. How is it... My question is, how did the... My question is, how did the Hind battle not turn out to be annoying? And, oh yeah, this is super fair. There are turrets that are blocking my fire that occasionally just miss enough. I was spraying and praying directly into his goddamn face. Like there. Thank God, we're finally getting out.
Daylight. We're gonna crash.
We went from the hind fight to this. Just stay dead, Liquid. Stay dead. I can only imagine how even more terrible this would all be if Meryl had died. So I'm just like, no. I don't want to imagine it.
Meryl. Are you okay?
Yeah, just a little shook up.
Meryl, can you move?
It's no good. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I can't see him either.
Liquid's dead.
Hopefully.
Uh-oh.
Snake!
God damn it, just stay dead. We already had the 1v1 fist punch to the death.
Snake!
What, are you brawling now? Kakarot! Oh, Fox die. Yay! How did that not kill Snake, though? That's the question. Oh, did it only target his recessive genes? That's the only thing that I can imagine, is that she reprogrammed it just enough so that it focused on the recessive genes of the DNA.
If he's dead, that means...
You're next.
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Did they call the president and kill the Secretary of Defense? Rape his corpse?
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested.
Yay!
Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into
How?
contact
You were
with the
arrested.
president. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the
Yay.
base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I
Just
wonder
that
about
one
that.
guy, maybe.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel. you
My
can
question
rest
is,
easy.
how? You got
Meryl's
arrested
fine.
by the Secretary of Defense.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake,
Snake!
I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance
A
policy.
life insurance.
A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What
Yeah,
about
why
me?
did
You
Naomi
killed Liquid.
change?
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you
Oh,
face to
yay!
face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi,
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah.
He doesn't have it
He
in him
also
to
said
tell her
he'll always
what he
love
really
you.
said.
Naomi, your brother just saved you.
He didn't want.
Me,
He doesn't want her to
and
know
the
that
whole world.
Fox killed
He
everyone.
fought with
Killed her
every ounce
family.
of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Never did find that last
Naomi.
frequency.
Liquid died from Fox died too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you.
Well, that explained nothing. Hey, how'd you get her unstuck?
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were, and I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live.
So after all the genes,
Snake,
genes,
whether
oh,
or
they actually
not
don't
you're in
matter.
the Fox Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live.
Living for life's sake. Or rather, living to not die's sake.
Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to the future.
How'd you see that on a satellite photo?
That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
I just now realized how many points in this game Meryl could have died.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
A reminder of a successful mission, or the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
You, Otacon.
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
Resident Evil 4 totally stole this ending.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
What are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
Again, the potential romance between Otacon and Snake was so much better.
Let's enjoy life.
And I'm usually one to despise, like, the guy and the guy, they're talking and friends, they must be gay. It's like, no, legitimately. And that's the end.
In the 1980s, there were more than 60,000 nuclear warheads in the world at all times. The total destructive power amounted to 1 million of the Hiroshima bomb.
In January 1993, START 2 was signed, and the United States and Russia agreed to reduce the number of deployed nuclear warheads to 3,000 to 3,000 each nation by December 21st, 2000. However, as of 1998, there are still 26,000 nuclear warheads in the world. It's like, if you're going to have them disappear that fast, don't have to put that much words, okay? So there was kind of a nuclear message in there as well. Kojima is crazy. I assume this is the credits, but... Okay, let us talk. This game was good. This game was good. It was just due to the fact that the boss battles and overall controls were so clunky at times. It's like, it's due to its age and over-ambitiousness, as well as just overall design of how to make it work, that certain parts failed. The diazepam just made the Sniper Wolf fight overly annoying to me. Like, if you just cut that, it would still be annoying, but it would be on a more like, I can't work around these controls type annoying, instead of a, not only are the controls fighting against me, there's a subsystem that is also screwing me over. But even then, like, most of the other ones are good. Revolver Ocelot's good, Psycho Mantis is good, though I could imagine that if you don't think outside of the box really well, he would be extra annoying, because, like, what do I do? And it's just like, with the meta thinking of change the controller ports, could it be a little weird? But lucky for me, I played this in the future and already knew that. But then the Metal Gear fight. That one is so subpar. Police Knots. Yeah, that was the other game that Kojima did, and there was references in there. I should have pointed it out, but I was caught up with my anger over Gray Fox. Which, honestly, isn't that bad if you know what to do. But that's the problem. Like, when you know how to do it, it's piss easy. Except for Sniper Wolf, that still requires some skill. It's just like, yeah, there are 3 bosses that still require some... Okay, well, scrap that. There are 4 bosses that still require skill to do, but you need to know how to do them before you can even try and attempt it. Like, Revolver Ocelot is fine. You just need to know, it's like, just need to shoot, just need to dodge. Then there's Psycho Mantis, which, once you know how to do it, isn't so bad. Then there's the Vulcan dude. Both of his battles, once you know how to do it, it's not that bad. And then there's Sniper Wolf. Once you know how to do it, it's okay. Just make sure you bring a lot of diazepam and know where to hide. But then the Metal Gear fights and Liquid Snake. Well, then there's the Hind helicopter. That one's not bad. It's just kind of unmentionable. It's just like, it was a fight. Isn't that bad? It's just like, again, you just need to figure out the flow of that battle and then it's fine. The Metal Gear boss battle, though, is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. The mere fact that the chaff grenades take so long to explode, and if they run out when a missile's coming at you, the missile swerves your way, it's just so annoying. The first part is really annoying, purely because you have to get it down to a science to do it super well. And then the second phase is pure just cheesiness. Wait for him to shoot rockets, run underneath him, and you're pretty much safe. Unless he just decides, okay, now my laser dick is going to shoot you. It's just like, I don't know how that works, but okay. It makes it like half a joke, because the laser can screw you over, and the way that the Metal Gear walks around can be bothersome. But as the story is fantastic to me. It's a thriller, it's spy espionage, it's a cheesy action flick. If this were a movie, and if the Metal Gear movie that's coming out, not sure when, but it's being made, if that follows in the same kind of way, there might be a bit too much exposition, but at the same time, it's hard to translate, like, gameplay action to, gameplay action of a video game and translate it to the action of a movie. But considering that, from what I've heard, the director is making everybody play the Metal Gear game so they get a feel for it, they know my pain and misery when it comes to this game. Like, simply put, I wonder what the GameCube version is. Like, what if the GameCube version is better, if they fix some of the problems. But other than that, there aren't that many things to gripe about. I wish that the, grabbing maneuver was better, because I don't know how the grabbing works. Like, it's just like, it's the judo throw, but you have to do it in some way, but it's super finicky. But the stealth is near perfect. There are just some times where it's just like, why is it like this? Why are there certain patrol patterns kind of thing? But you have to adapt, and I don't mind that as much. But when it's like functions or boss battles that are just annoying, and it's just... Because the one thing I didn't... I'm quickly jumping back to the Metal Gear, just to add on one thing. If they had it so that you could experiment more, if there was more leeway with the Metal Gear fight, I wouldn't hate it that much. But the mere fact that it's super annoying unless you know how to do it, and near impossible unless you know how to do it.
You mustn't allow yourself
hey, Huskies!
To be ruled by your
We've heard this before.
Humans can choose the type of life they want.
Yeah, we've
to
heard
live.
this.
The important thing is that you choose life, and then live.
There better be more, because that would be such a weird thing to add on to a post-credit. That's just the post-credit sequence. Hey.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped.
Revolver Ocelot.
Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity.
That's why he had to die.
He's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all.
That's
right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one.
Wow.
Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus.
Cliffhanger!
What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Oh, bombshell. It was the president all along. Only you are fit to rule the world. Oh boy! Playtime was 11... Oh, I got the codename Iguana. Oh no, I wanted to look more. Yes. Oh well. I wanted to look more. I failed. I failed to look. Doc. Wait, does that mean that I could play a completed version of the game? Okay. Now I'm gonna quickly sum up my thoughts again. Boss battles are okay when you know how to do them, but Metal Gear becomes a joke when you know how to do them, except for the first part. The first part is just so annoying. But the fist fight with Liquid Snake was very annoying, just because it's one of the things, like, again, you need to just know how to do it, but even then, it's one of the weaker boss battles, purely because of finicky controls. You don't exactly punch where you want to all the time. You don't always hit every punch. And then there are weird, like, counterattack things that he can do. It's a little quirky. But overall, it's not that bad. It just came after the highly frustrating Metal Gear fight. But, everything else is perfectly fine, except for a few, like, there are always a few sections where it's just like, why is it designed like this? This is just annoying, or purely infuriating. Like, I watched Goms play through up to, the Sniper Wolf fight, the final one, and he got through the stinking repelling part perfectly. It's just like, I envy you. Because I have no idea what I was doing wrong if he went through it that easily. It's just like, oh, you have to jump at the right times, but Liquid is also shooting at you, and all that. It's kind of annoying. It's just really annoying. It all comes down to ease of use, as well as overall design. The controls, the design kind of clash at times. Like with the Liquid fight and the repelling. And then, like, this incredibly silly, you can't see us, but we can see you catwalk. And then the turrets in Tower B. But overall, the gameplay is highly refined where it needs to be. And then there are just cool little nuance-like things, like the cardboard boxes. I was stupid and didn't read it at first, so if you get into a truck, it'll take you to where that box is supposed to go for quick travel. And that's pretty cool. You can even, and then there's a third cardboard box, so it's just like, it makes, but it's just like, I was just caught up in the mimetic mutation of the box, so it's just like, it's the almighty box, it's the ultimate hiding place. No, it is meant for fast travel. And as a way of, like, functioning, as a way of putting the fast travel into the game without breaking immersion all that much, it works really well. And even parts like the torture, I don't mind. The torture scene was perfectly fine, just because it's a little bit annoying because of the, you have to click it super fast. But in future playthroughs, if I play on a higher difficulty, I'll probably just use a pen. Just to like, screw you, game. But considering that harder difficulties have even worse. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to read up on, like, difficulties, what they entail, because, Jesus Christ, they've gotta be super hard. But yeah, I really liked Metal Gear Solid, but it definitely has aged. It has definitely aged. It's possible that, like, of course, there are bits and pieces that are my fault. Like, I didn't think outside the box enough with the Metal Gear fight. But at the same time, it's so annoying that it's like, it's either a complete joke or nightmare. And then, but then there are things like, the Revolver Ocelot boss battle is the best boss battle in the game. Because it's not stupidly hard, it's not stupidly easy, and the entire thing of what you have to do is laid bare in front of you right from the start. There's no tricks, there's no annoyances, it's just, hello. And I kind of like that. But then the other ones are either stupidly cryptic until told, and then once you find out how to beat them, they're easy. And it's so weird that one of the boss fights that I like the least is the most skill-based. That Sniper Wolf is technically the most skill-based, but it just annoyed me so much because just like the controls are just slow enough that they annoy me. And then the diazepam system, but I've already ranted on that. But the music is fantastic. The story is fantastic. Meryl could be a little bit more than just, aha, she is a pawn, pawn. She doesn't really do all that much. She's just a means to an end. And even though it's just like, I don't want to see her die, amusingly, Otacon is still a better love interest, which is a hilarious thing to me. Well, let me think. What else is there? The voice acting's really good. For a mid-90s, early 3D video game voice acting, that was really good. That was really good voice acting for the time. And considering that the same voice actors reprised their roles, as far as I know, up till the 4th game, yeah, pretty awesome. Well, I guess that's all I really have to say on it. Metal Gear Solid isn't solid, but it's good enough. It is really, really good, except for when the clunk gets in the way, when the controls get in the way. Like, I'm not sure how better it would be with a control stick, but for only 4 directions, it's annoying. And then there are times like the final chase where it's just like you have to hold it on its side, so the like base of your thumb can press down on the triangle button, and then you can easily hold down the fire button, or else it becomes really wonky and the stick gets in the way. It's like, it's weird. It's Kojima. That's what it is. And that's why I kind of want to check out the GameCube version just to see what updates they made, if they fixed some of the clunkiness, if they maybe retooled some of the boss battles, because some of them could use a bit more spit and polish, especially by today's standards. Back in the day, I don't think they would be as bad, but at the same time, there are some boss battles, like all of the boss battles sans the Metal Gear fights are perfectly reasonable to me. Like, you can work around them. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. You just need to figure out what to do, and it's not that hard to figure out what to do. Metal Gear, on the other hand, because it just felt like the missiles followed you perfectly, and it's just like, how do I avoid this? How to avoid this? And it just gave in to annoyance. If I was a kid in the mid-90s and I didn't have internet, I would still... It depends. Because I'm from a frame point, like, over, like, almost like 20... No, maybe, like, over 20 years since this game was made. Like, about 20 years, I don't know. In fact, I should just look you. There's no, like... I don't know. Metal Gear has been around for a long, long time. Decades and decades. And I'm not sure if I would have tolerated this back as a kid. But who knows? Maybe I would have, maybe I wouldn't have, but... There's just too much clunk in certain areas, but everything ties together enough. It's all good enough. Like, the good parts are really, really good. The bad parts are really, really bad. I still never figured out what the cold medicine was for, though. Oh well. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid, it's good. Except when it's not. I've been Neon Eyes Wings, and thank you very much for watching. I cannot wait to see how they've made this game better with the second game, which is not only just the second game, but I think also a remastering of the second game. I think. Maybe. I don't know. I have the collector's edition with all the games, including the 2D NES ones, but I kind of don't want to play them and suffer, but oh well. I've been Neon Eyes Wings. Goodbye. Do do do. Do 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 do.